Go to mybookie.ag, use that promo code WayneIn, and they'll give you additional spending cash with your first initial deposit.
So Gina was telling the story of how the fight was supposed to come to be, and she said that Dana and Lorenzo offered her $1 million to fight Ronda, and she said, "Yeah, sounds good. Let's
give me time.
Give me time, and don't talk about the fight." And then she said,
right.
Immediately after, Dana basically went out and started doing interviews saying, "I've got Gina and Ronda. They've both agreed to it. It's going to happen, blah, blah, blah." And then that ticked Gina off. Gina basically said, "This is super disrespectful.
Did she talk about the text that Dana mistakenly sent to her?
That was the last. Yeah, that was in the last show. I don't think she talked. Yeah, she talked about it, I think, in the last time that they were there.
She also made comments about how when she got cancelled from Disney, Dana hit her up about getting in touch with Ben Shapiro to go and work over there on a movie. So I think maybe it seemed like she, based on what I've heard about her and Dana's history and not being great, it seemed like she was a bit more kind of easy on it this time because she maybe appreciates the support that he offered when she got cancelled. So it definitely came across like she wasn't trying to attack him, but necessarily that she was more just telling a story of what happened.
Okay. She is one of the most stand-up people you're gonna meet in the game, in the world. She is one of those people that until you get to sit down and chat with her, she's genuine. She means what she says, and she'll do whatever the hell she wants, and that's what I love about her. She don't care. You're gonna cancel me because I'm political on my social media. I don't think it's wise to be political on your social media. I went through it for a while, and I was like, man, this is addicting in a negative way. My life changed once I got off of there talking shit. To people about whatever was going on in other countries or whatever was going on here. Just get off. I look at fighters that are on there all the time, and all they do is post shit about politics. I'm like, dude, I was there for say a couple months. It was it was miserable. I hated it. Was going through life just, screw you, and it was just seemed like you couldn't get past someone without bringing it up. It's just such a negative way to live, and I hate it. It's just I get on social media, I started unfollowing everyone that just is all they do is post about political stuff. The only person I haven't been able to get rid of because I like him, he's an OG, is Nate Quarry. And I should block him or delete him or unfollow him or whatever, but I like the guy, man. He's a nice guy in person. But look, this fight, John, this conversation, she's one of those people that she still remembers what happened with the Dana stuff, but she also is someone that, hey, she won't bring it up unless you bring it up, and she's someone that can also move on with her life, and we've seen that as of now. She gets past things. So, but she's a stand-up person. She knows that she really doesn't. I don't think she really needs to work. She's made quite a bit of money throughout her career. Her dad played in the NFL for years. I don't think
her dad owns a casino.
Yeah, her dad owns a casino. She's not exactly like someone that is like, hey, whatever, I'm happy. How much money do you really need to be happy? And I think she's at the stage where you need a certain, Jordan Peterson talks about this a lot. If you have $60,000 to $80,000, if you're making $60,000 to $80,000 a year, the rest is gravy after that. Sure, we'd all like to have more, but realistically, you can go to a movie whenever you want. You can have dinner whenever you want, within your means. You can live a lifestyle of happiness. Everything outside of that is I have to live on a lake like Big John, or I got to live on a big tin can on a farm somewhere like Big John. Yeah, you don't live anymore. You're going to live in a big tin can on a farm somewhere with chickens.
I'm out sweating my ass off every day doing freaking manual labor, digging holes and shit.
It wouldn't matter where you lived. Miss McCarthy'd have you out there every day doing manual labor. That's it. It doesn't matter where you live. You can live in the city. She's like, you know what? The concrete out on the street needs to be fixed. Go out there. Go break it up. Go throw it in the dumpster. Man, talk about slave labor in that household. She has no mercy, Miss McCarthy.
None. And then she thinks everything's so easy. Oh, you can do it.
Well, I mean, you were a referee for 25 years, so you had the easiest gig in the world. So, I mean, it's time you started putting in some real work. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Dave.
This guy.
I will get you back.
Oh, jeez. Says the guy who his wife ordered a mail order husband was just Dave showed up. There it is. Oh, jeez. She brought him over from Scotland.
That's it.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, John.
I take a look at this whole thing with Gina. As you said, Gina is awesome. I've known her for a long time. She's a sweetheart of a person. She's gorgeous both inside and out. And if she wants to fight, great. I see what she said as far as, it could happen. You know what that means? Could not.
Yeah.
That's just the way to look at it. But she's smart enough to keep it out there, keep her name out there, do the whole thing. She just had her movie with Donald Cerrone come out, the Terror on the Prairie thing, and that was through the Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire. They're the people that put the money behind that. And if Dana had any part of that, way to go, Dana. Like that you are there to help people out like that. And so, whatever she wants to do. If she ends up fighting Ronda, I would watch. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either. That's one thing. Two is Gina, she made it very clear that she's like, look, that no matter whether you got me hooked with Ben Shapiro or not, doing business with you is probably not the best idea after the texts and the other comments, and, and just say, and people, no matter what you say, Dana White's still a promoter, and promoters, it doesn't matter which promoter you're talking about, all of them, you've got to be like, everyone knows that promoters have that name for a reason. They're always looking to promote the next fight, and he saw when Ronda did that, or he's trying to work his way back in there, because if there ever was an opportunity for him to throw another fight, because Ronda can't fight anywhere else.
Can't fight anymore with the UFC.
She's still under contract. She's still under contract with the UFC. Even if she's retired, you guys.
And I don't think Ronda, honestly, I don't think Ronda would want to fight anywhere but in the UFC. I think she'd want it to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm saying though is that, could you see this fight on on a Triller? You know what I mean? Like, that's one of those. Could you see it in one of those type of promotions? Could you see it? Or I don't know where you would do it, but I mean, how would you see it all happening? Like, it'd have to be in the UFC. But I think the past with Gina and Dana, okay, don't talk about the fight until I'm ready. Went out there and talked about the fight. Okay, and then the texts that came through, obviously, like, that doesn't go away. You don't change character. Like, you're promoters that when people show you who they are, believe them, that kind of thing. So that's how it is. Look, I'm interested in seeing the fight too, John. I would love to. I'd tune in. I'd pay my money. I'd pay the pay-per-view. I'd do it all. Like, I'm a big Gina Carano fan.
But you're not.
I became a Ronda fan as when she was in Strikeforce and was following her. She lost me a little bit with the finger to Misha, and not shaking hands, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It kind of lost me a little bit too. And then especially after the arm, the flipping the off. But then after her career, I love what she's doing now in the WWE. I like that type of stuff. I don't like the WWE, but I like that she's able to branch out and do something else. I'm happy for her.
Go to breathefume.com/weighing in and use the promo code weighing in to get 10% off right now.
100% agree. Okay.